Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. It's lovely to see you again. And if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Sophie and it's lovely to have your company. So today I want to do a comparison of my three mid-sized wallets. So to begin with, I have a Mulberry mid-sized zippy wallet. I'm not exactly sure what they call it, to be honest with you, sorry about that. I have my Aspinal of London continental wallet, and then finally I have my Louis Vuitton Clemence wallet. And just while I've got this in my hand, I understand that sort of lengthways this wallet would be classed as a full-sized wallet, and understandably so, and I agree with that. But for me, I class this as a mid-sized wallet because it only holds 8 cards. So that being said, let's start, shall we? So to begin with, I just want to point out the sort of height of them. You can clearly see that the Aspinal is a lot taller than the Clemence. And then if we compare the Aspinal to the Mulberry, you can see just about that it just is ever so slightly taller. In terms of their width, broadly comparable. You can see. And then of course the length here is very obvious that the Clemence is the longest or tallest. So then just while I've got them at this end, we've got the Mulberry that has the leather zip pull with the 2 pieces of leather. We've got the Aspinal that has the beautiful, highly polished metal zip pull. It's the only one of the 3 that has the metal zip pull. And then on the end, we've got the Clemence, which again has the 2 leather pieces. So if we just compare these 2 side by side, because they are the most similar zip pulls, you can see that the Mulberry is stitched here with the round metal attachment, and then we've got a round metal attachment, but the Louis Vuitton is tied. You can see that the Louis Vuitton leather, super thin. It's not a problem for me, it works fine. I know a lot of people don't particularly like the sort of the thinness of this leather, but I don't really think about it, to be honest. But you can distinctly see that the Mulberry is thicker, more robust, and they're comparable in length. So I think of the 3 wallets, if we're looking at all 3 together, I think you'll agree that the Aspinal has the best zip pull. So just moving on to the zips themselves, you can see that all 3 have metal zips. That's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I don't buy SLGs that have got plastic zips because I just feel that it cheapens the whole aesthetic. If I'm buying a luxury designer piece, I want the best quality that I can get. And for me, I just feel like metal zips are better quality than the plastic ones. But of course, to each their own. So we have tone on tone material of the Aspinal zip. We've got tone on tone material of the Mulberry zip. And then for me, really, we've got tone on tone material around the Louis Vuitton zip. So let's just try all 3 zippers. So that is just as smooth as anything. It's so beautiful to open. Let's try the Mulberry. Smooth, very, very smooth. It's not as smooth as the Aspinal, so far the Aspinal's winning in terms of the mechanics of the zip. And then the Clemence, see right away, I'll just point out that it sticks here. See, I'm having to pull that quite hard to get that to go. See, that's just stiff and awkward, and the exact opposite of the way that Louis Vuitton zips usually are, to be honest with you. I've never had a zip like this on any Louis Vuitton piece. But that being said, the fact is, it doesn't run as smooth as these two. And I think of the two best zips, the Aspinal is the winner. So just moving inside the wallet. This one is the only one that's flat lay, so it obviously lays flat. This is all leather. It has the branding at the bottom here, Aspinal of London, England. Obviously everything's leather here. And just to point out of interest, if anybody is sort of curious, this wallet is the exact same layout and the exact same dimensions as the Louis Vuitton medium zippy wallet. They've discontinued it. Obviously they don't make it anymore now, which is what discontinued means. And I missed out on it. I wish that I jumped on it when I had the chance and I didn't. And so when I saw this being the exact same layout, I just thought, yeah, I'll get it. So it has a pocket behind the zip section. And then the zip section has the metal zip pull, exactly the same as the external one, with the engraving down the side. And then the Shield logo here. It's just a smaller version of that other zip. And then that actually runs a lot smoother than that. I've just made a pig's ear of that demonstration. Let me try that again. Ooh, gosh, not doing very well. So that, you can see there, it does run smooth. So it's got the red lining for the coins or whatever you want to just keep extra safe. It's got 5 card slots. It's then got another pocket down here, which is again lined with the material, so it's not leather. Then the other side lined with the material. Another pocket here, 5 more card slots. There's nothing this side. And then the note section again lined with material. And then the other two are almost like a concertina type, so they have the gusseted sides. So you've got a tone-on-tone interior here, and then you've got tone-on-tone in here, and then contrast here. But I like the fact that the interior goes with this zip pull. So if we just have a closer look at this one to begin with. So you can see that it has the leather gusset, and that's on both sides. It has the metal zip pull on the inside here. These are leather, I do believe. It has the branding there. It has 3 card slots here. It has a patch pocket, and then on the other side it's the exact same layout. So this is all leather. This wall here is, I think, leather. And then the wall that's, I guess, directly behind where the cards are, this one here is like a material. And on the inside of the zip section, it's like a wipeable nylon, but really nice zip. It runs really easy and smooth. So then on the inside of the Clemence, it has again the leather. It does open a lot wider than the Mulberry, so in terms of usability, the Clemence wins hands down over this one. you can see, you know, you'll be able to see all your items in there. So has a patch pocket here, which is leather lined. You've got 4 card slots there, again leather, then the branding. You've got the canvas mid section with, again, not the greatest zip, and then that's the contrast colour on the inside, which I think is like a wipeable material. I don't think it's leather. See, that did run a lot smoother, sort of closing the wallet then, and then it's just the exact same on that side. So in terms of sort of the internal materials, I think all 3 are sort of, you know, level pegging, because they're all a mix of leather and synthetic. So then just moving on to the actual zips of the wallets, you can see that the Clemence has got the little LV zip pull. It's got the LV lettering on it, metal. Now this, unless I close the wallet like that and make sure this is hanging down, which means that sometimes half the stuff comes out. I mean, I don't close it like that, obviously, but I just have to be mindful that this little zip pull doesn't end up, you know, facing that way, and then it stops the zip from closing properly. I'll see if I can give you an example. I might not be able to do it. Let's just see if I can get it to sit in the wrong position while I close it. Like I said, I might fail at this. Come on. It's just... Okay, so that's done it. So you can see here now, instead of the zip running, the zip pull running parallel to the zip inside, it's sticking out sort of perpendicular, and you can see how it's distorted. Even at that side, it's caused a distortion. And if I'm not looking what I'm doing, that can happen quite a lot. So that's, you know, it does lose points for that little irritation there. Now with this Mulberry, I really do like the fact that once you've pushed the zip down, it stays in place, it becomes static. So you just don't have to worry when you're, you know, opening and closing the wallet that the zip pull's going to get in the way. So I love that. So that, for me, is fabulous. And then even with this one, it's good because it's flat lace, so I'd be looking at it from, you know, from this perspective here. So gravity does take a sort of a part in the saviour of this sort of zip pull in a sense, because usually it will just hang there because of gravity. But sometimes even this one can get in the way. You know, it can get fast up here and it stops this bit from being able to open and close easily, etc. It can go like that, you know, so again, not the greatest. So that one does win in terms of the functionality of, you know, of opening and closing this zip and it not getting in the way. So in terms of sort of the external aspects of the wallets, nothing on either side of these two. This one, of course, that's the front, does have the pocket on the back, which I know the Louis Vuitton mid-size wallet that's the same interior as this doesn't have this on the outside. So then we have obviously a difference in the material that they're made out of. So this one is leather, this one is also leather, that's the canvas. You've got the branding here for the canvas one. You've got the branding here in foiling on the Aspinal, and then the branding is here in foiling on the Mulberry. So again, these two are quite similar. They're similar leathers, as you can see. They feel, I'm not sure if that's actually Saffiano. Don't know what that is, but they both feel really hard wearing. Hey guys, sorry about that. My battery went, so this is just going to be the last sort of section of the video. And what I was just about to say was that in terms of the practicality of colour, this one obviously will come in third because it's so light, and I've heard horror stories about colour transfer happening on the Damier Azur. And then these two are sort of neck and neck really. There's nothing really to choose between them because they're both dark colours, so that I would probably choose to use predominantly autumn and winter. I've not had it that long, so far I have used it. It's still, I guess, technically speaking, winter here in England at the minute. We're just about to head into spring. I have been using it, I have been enjoying it, it's lovely. But yeah, as I said, an autumn sort of winter colour probably is the way that I'm going to go with that one. And this one, I don't know whether it's just because black is a classic colour for a wallet or what the reason is, but I would use this spring, summer, autumn or winter, and that's the Aspinal. Again, just practical. It's a dark colour. It's not going to show up dirt or bits of grime, or, I mean, I'm not a dirty person, but you know, sometimes things happen. And especially, you know, living in England in the autumn and the winter, especially those months, can be dirty. I think because it rains here a lot and it snows here, it can just create so much filth and dirt. So these two especially are the practical choice. I mean, this one, generally speaking, I would only use this spring, summer. I use it in my Damier Azur, Never Full in the MM size. It has the pink interior. And so realistically speaking, I would probably only use this maybe 3 or 4 weeks out of the year in total. But nonetheless, I am still so mindful that this, you know, could get dirty. The front could have colour transfer happen, you know, a stain could get on there. Life happens, doesn't it, at the end of the day? So this is the one that I would say of all three is the least practical colour-wise. You know, they feel equally pleasurable to hold in the hand. There's not that much in it really, to be quite honest with you. I believe it or not, I do think that the Aspinal just pips the Mulberry to the post. It's such a nice soft, for a Saffiano leather, it's quite sort of soft. I think it's because it's quite a shiny leather. It has a softness under the touch, which I do enjoy. So yeah, this Saffiano, this is another hard wearing sort of leather. I'm not actually sure what it is. And then of course the canvas of Louis Vuitton is known for being hard wearing. So, you know, level pegging there, neck and neck there. But, you know, taking everything into account that I've sort of touched on and discussed in this video, you know, it has to be this one that comes out on top, really. It's got the biggest capacity inside. It has 10 card holders. You know, this one only has the 6, and then this one's the sort of mid-size, or the Goldilocks, I guess, the just right version of 8 cards. But yeah, again, you know, for me, it has to be this one. And then, you know, it even has the outside pocket, so you could put more cards in there. And overall, you know, even touching on the fact that this is a rolled edge, whereas this here is glazed, and, you know, glazing can crack. And then this, I think, is a free edge, so goodness knows how that's going to wear. And, you know, this is very similar to the YSL in that it's actually rolled, so there's nothing, I don't think, that's going to give or crack or do anything. So yeah, overall I feel like of the 3 mid-size wallets that I own, the Aspinal takes the crown as the most practical choice. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Take care. Bye-bye.